I grew up in a haunted house, and this is a follower story. I live in the Uinta Basin in Utah, a hotspot for paranormal activity, and I'm pretty sure most of you have heard of Skinwalker Ranch. One night, my buddy and I were hunting raccoons on his family farm. We crossed a river on his four-wheeler, and we were scanning the trees with our flashlights, and that's when we saw it. A tall, smoky looking figure about 8 feet high hovering above the ground. It looked humanoid, but it wasn't fully solid. It had a deerskin cloak and antlers similar to what natives may have worn in the area. Keep in mind, we live on the old Uti reservation. As soon as we saw this thing, we booked it back to the four-wheeler. We get to it and the fucking thing won't start. We panic and we took off running like across the river to get to his house. The entire time, this thing is following us, maybe 50 feet away from us, and we still had about 2 miles to go before we reached his house. When we got near the pond behind his house, we saw something standing in front of us. It looked like a cross between a giant raccoon and coyote mixed together. I'm not proud of this, but we were young and stupid. I shot at it. Nothing happened. It didn't move at all. We didn't stick around to see what it was, and we just booked it and ran to his house. The entire night, his dogs were on edge, like barking towards the backyard, towards the forest or the area where we saw this thing. The next day, I told my dad what we saw. He just stared at me and said when he was younger, he saw the same entity not too far from where we were. This again is a follower story, and they would like to remain anonymous. So thank you, Anonymous, for sharing this story with me. I am still keeping the follower stories closed for now until I catch up. When I'm caught up with all the stories or get close to it, I will let you guys know. Anyway, friends, that is it for me. As always, be easy, stay frosty, and may the force be with you. Peace.